Placed a large number of Nigerians at high risk of food insecurity. Galaxy's Nenwarangil Mizaka gives more details in this report.
The food security situation in Nigeria has been crucial, with the United Nations predicting that over 82 million Nigerians, which is about 64% of the country's population, may go hungry by 2030. The prediction came in the wake of the persistent hike in food prices in the country. Also, according to the National Bureau of Statistics, Nigeria's food inflation rate hit a record high of 40.66% in May 2024, surpassing the previous month's 40.53% increase, which represents the largest year-on-year increase in food prices since records began in 1996.
Prices of commodities that is higher is not into our making because of the fuel subsidy that was being removed. We believe that the high price of the commodities is affecting every sector. And we felt farmers too are not happy. And they look at the exchange rate too, because some of our needs are being imported. Train trips, most of it are being imported.
The way that the government has gone about this has left much to be desired. There's a whole lot more that we need to be doing in terms of responding very specifically to the problems that have been created over the last maybe 5-10 years that has now been made worse by policy positions of this administration in the last year. We need to see a lot more action to bring the spiraling inflation under control.
To begin to look at permanent solutions, in my view, if we have been doing this in the last 6-7 months, we won't be where we are. And the solution is for us to produce. We cannot rely on reservoir that we have emptied twice. We emptied late last year, we emptied early this year. So if we are going to fill up those places, then we have to import. And we know what our foreign exchange situation is like. So it is better to let the people know we will have some problem for a few months until we are able to produce.
With the constant increase in food items in the market, a large number of individuals struggle to keep up with the increase on a day-to-day basis. Meanwhile, the government has been called upon to put in more effective policies that will bring an end to the constant food crisis.
What we are experiencing now, especially on the high rate of commodities, the products, what we believe with time, all what we are clamoring for the government is to increase the ratio of which being allocated to a Greek. If that one is being, there are increments there. Because all along we've been seeing 2% ratio of the total budget, which is not favorable, it's not called for. But if there is, at least, if we should be able to have minimum of 10%, 8 to 10% of the total allocation of the federal budget being given to the agric.
That what we need to see is thinking outside the box. We've got to get creative with our thinking. We've got to get, we've got to look for local solutions to a problem that is very local. Throwing MPC policy instruments at this problem will not work because, those instruments work in other parts of the world because they don't have the kind of problems that are driving the inflation we're seeing, right? Insecurity is a major problem. Infrastructure problems and deficits is a huge problem as well.
Nenwarangil Mizaka, Galaxy TV News, Lagos.
And now to other stories. An explosion has rocked the popular Boniyadi livestock market in Guja local government area of Yobe State. The source of the explosion is expected to be a planter that provides the explosive device and went off around 12:30 p.m., thereby injuring a girl. An eyewitness through telephone conversation confirmed the incident, and the spokesman of the Sector 2 Joint Task Force Operation Ardin Kai, Captain Mohammed Shehu, also confirmed the incident, saying another IED planted in the market was discovered and successfully detonated by the army. He further explained that the only victim of the explosion is currently receiving treatment at one of the health facilities in Buniyadi. He stressed the incident was a planted IED and not a suicide bombing incident. Buniyadi, located 54 kilometers away from Damaturu, the state capital, was a West State local government area in Yobe State under the control of Boko Haram insurgents for 2 years. You're still onto the news on Galaxy TV. Let's go on a break. When we come back, the news continues. We are glad to have you back. Now, for more updates and latest news, please visit our website www.galaxytvonline.com. Connect with us in our X handle at Galaxy TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Galaxy TV News. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Galaxy TV. Remember to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at Galaxy TV. You can also avail our eyewitness feature via WhatsApp. If you have breaking news around you, simply share your story by sending short clips or videos of the news on 0818-6666-669. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live updates and comments. Now to judicial matters. There seems to be an end in sight of the crisis rocking the Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria, as the deposed chairman of the association resumed into office after the judgment of the Industrial Court in Abuja. The court, presided by Justice Oyewumi Oyebiola, at on July 9, 2024, voided the purported suspension of Bola Audu and subsequently ordered his return as president of ASCSN to when his tenure will be completed. In the judgment delivered virtually, Justice Oyebiola held that the suspension of Bola Audu by the Central Working Committee of ASCSN and the subsequent expulsion by the National Working Committee was unlawful, illegal, null and void, and of no effect whatsoever. Correspondent Kolojo reports that the president, while speaking with journalists at the association secretariat in Abuja, expressed dismay at the attitude of the police towards the enforcement of the court judgment. Bola Audu, who declared he has resumed duty as the president of the association in company of other members of the association, declared that he has no intention to witch hunt anyone. He insisted that the rule of law must be upheld.
We are tired of that. I have come to resume. And I want every member of association to know that the president you voted for, Comrade Bola Audu Innocent, has resumed. I have resumed, and I have resumed fully. Please, I have nothing against anybody, even the cabal. I don't have anything against them. Most of them are retired. They are not members of the union. They should go home and rest. Whatever they have stolen, let them go with it. We don't care. But we need to move our union forward. This is the 21st century.
I personally advise Tom Ethim, as he has retired and he has PhD. He has PhD in labor relations and international studies. That is, you find one of the universities around us that are in their need of his service in research and in teaching, instead of causing trouble in Nigeria.
Here, we are law-abiding people, and we respect the law, and we respect the police. The police are there for us, and we are for them. Now, they are supposed to provide the services that are required. And anybody that go against the judgment of a court is in contempt. The police is supposed to intervene and arrest those people that are in contempt.
The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, AGF Lateef Olasunkami Fagbemi, has cautioned security agents in the country against detaining suspects beyond the time allowed by law. Fagbemi, a senior advocate of Nigeria, specifically admonished security agents to always abide by provisions of Section 35 of the 1999 Constitution in relation to rights of suspects in their custody. The AGF, who spoke in Abuja at the yearly lecture of the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, URIWA, warned that any security agent found detaining suspects beyond the constitutionally allowed period will be severely sanctioned. His lecture revolved around governance, security and human rights, which he claimed to be momentous as it addresses some of the most pressing issues facing the country today. He said that law enforcement agents must do due diligence before arresting anyone, adding that situations where people are languishing in detention cells beyond the time allowed under the Constitution or by order of the court will no longer be tolerated, and appropriate sanctions shall be meted out to those found guilty of contravening the laws of the land. According to him, the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not condone any reprehensible action, and as the chief law officer of the country, he will ensure no one tramples on the right of another person. Now, we move to the international desk for more news.
Hello and welcome to the foreign news. Huge fast-moving wildfires have destroyed up to half of the historic Canadian town of Jasper, officials say, as firefighters try to save as many buildings as possible. The entire street have been leveled by the blaze in Alberta province, with video showing smoldering rubble where homes once stood. Cooling temperatures brought some relief, but park authorities said the fires were still out of control and further warm weather was forecast. Meanwhile, there are hundreds of active blazes in neighboring British Columbia, while fires are burning in western U.S. states, including California and Utah. While no deaths have been reported, some 20,000 tourists and 5,000 residents have fled the mountainous area in Alberta province, a hugely popular tourist spot. Some 36,000 hectares of land has so far been affected. Jasper National Park reported late on Thursday night local time, adding that neighboring communities were not at risk. It said that efforts to map the fires have been complicated by factors including strong winds, the extreme nature of fire, and the smoke.
Now, for more updates and latest news, please visit our website www.galaxytvonline.com. Connect with us on our X handle at Galaxy TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Galaxy TV News. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Galaxy TV. Remember to follow and interact with us on our Instagram page at Galaxy TV. You can also avail our eyewitness feature via WhatsApp. If you have breaking news around you, simply share your story by sending short clips or videos of the news on 0818 6666 669. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live updates and comments. And that's it for now, but do join us at 9 p.m. for our primetime news. My name is Siribami Salako. See you then.